So we finally meet. Oh my god!
God creates dinosaurs. God destroys dinosaurs. God creates man. Man destroys God. Man creates dinosaurs.
Dinosaurs eat man. Woman inherits the earth.
There you are.
Well, the tall vampire lady from Resident Evil Village has turned out to be basically the best possible marketing the game could have imagined. Lady Dimitrescu, I'm going to just call her Lady D because I'm just going to continue to mispronounce it, is a 9-foot vampire mommy type character that people want to step on them. Now, of course, it is a bit of a meme. I'm sure there are some legitimate people that are really quite interested in it. But overall, it's just a meme on the internet. But leave it to games journalism to ruin that and get completely destroyed for it. Now, a few days ago, YouTube channel run by Kyle Hill put out actual science behind what it would look like if Lady D were to step on you. Calculating her BMI and total weight ends up being pretty legitimate. He goes through, and I don't want to rob him of the view, so go ahead and watch his video, but he builds a system to actually take a look at it. So Kotaku puts out this article. You don't want Resident Evil's Village tall vampire lady to step on your face. I mean, look, far be it for me to tell my viewers what to do with their lives. If you're into that type of thing, I appreciate and support you. That's between you and whoever's stepping on you. Now, Kotaku took this article or took this video and decided that they wanted to, I don't know, bait it a little bit. You really don't. Clocking in at 9'6", Lady D is probably the absolute last individual you'd want stepping on you. Previously, we saw how the character would be compared to real humans. She towered over them. In a sponsored clip, YouTuber Kyle Hill did the math to figure out what would likely happen if she did step on you. Unlike Lady D's height, we do not have canonical mass, so we're going to have to estimate it indirectly, explained Hill. To do that, he used the concept of BMI, which is an imperfect way to correlate height versus weight, but it's fine, right? There's probably an indirect approach. The first, I don't care. Hill estimated the character's BMI is between 24 and 26, which means she weighs 450 pounds. Now, that is a lot of woman, but, still fit. At 9'6", she's probably still going to be relatively fit. With that, he was able to figure out that the character apparently weighs 450 pounds, but since Lady D wears high heels, that's where things get really spicy. If she were to step on people, granted, it depends on how quickly she stepped on and how much weight was behind her leg. So according to Hill's estimation, if all of her body weight were behind her in a quick step, the results for would be a value for pressure of 145 million PA. Now, about more than half of what it would take to puncture structured steel. And here are the inevitable recreations. You can see the weight obviously is an issue, but it's the heel that would be the biggest problem. Now, why not use the flat part? I mean, hey, look, I don't want to engage in any, here's, oops, I just hit the mic. That's your bonk. That's the horny bat or whatever. Obviously, the heel would be an issue. But, maybe when compared to a coconut, let's see, without the heel, probably not going to be great. But the real story here is all of the absolute hilarity in the replies. Look, here's the thing about Resident Evil, and I know that, look, everybody plays video games differently. They like different things. I like the story and the gameplay of Resident Evil games, but I've never really liked the puzzles. I like to play a game. I don't like to get stuck on a puzzle. And I know, I get it. I hear you. That it's part of the game and that it should be enjoyed equally with everything else, but I just don't. So I usually just get some tips on how to solve the puzzle so I can still enjoy the game. The Resident Evil remake was really fun to play. I even streamed a bit of it. And the Resident Evil Village looks awesome to me. The memes and the replies are great, right? She's supposed to sit on it, not step on it. I didn't say I wanted her to step on my face. I said I wanted her to crush my head with her thighs. Of course, the breaking watermelon, joke's on you. I'm into all of that. Ultimately, I don't know exactly what Kotaku thought they were going to do here. But if you look at the quote tweets, why not? Do you hate joy? Do you fear happiness? Big vampire lady feet on my face. I kind of do. Don't tell me what to do. All these squares make a circle. Resident Evil fact, you're incorrect. It'd be so easy to get this situation make quick. Isn't Lady D hot, right, guys? Article. You get everyone to agree with you. But game journals are apparently just determined to always have the worst take imaginable on every given topic. Yes, I do. You're not the boss of me. There's a certain level of tone deafness when you have someone at Kotaku who doesn't understand the kink to vanilla-splain something to community it does not understand. God help them if they ever discover, I don't know what that is. You snitch on fan games, shut up. Don't speak on my behalf. You don't tell me how to live my life. This just absolutely read the room. Absolute destruction. Now, for fun, it's actually pronounced Lady Dimitrescu. A lot of people are out there mispronouncing it, according to, even I Googled how to say the name, and it was like Dimitrescu or something like that. But it's actually Dimitrescu. But here's what the character's actually going to do in the game, which is also kind of hot and terrifying. Resident Evil 8's Lady Dimitrescu looks to be a Mr. X-style stalker enemy. Lady Dimitrescu is a gigantic vampire lady who's amassed a fandom ahead of Resident Evil 8, will seemingly be a version of Resident Evil game's stalker enemies. In our exclusive hands-on with the first 5 hours of the game, we discovered that Lady Dimitrescu and her 3 daughters will be patrolling the game's castle area at all times, and in real time. Oh, and as her reach isn't already good enough, she has giant claws too. She roams the castle, which of course is designed like a maze. She'll laugh if she spots you and stride towards you, slowly but surely, extracting her claws to strike. The experience looks to be a mixture of the Barker family in Resident Evil 7, the imposing size of relentlessness of Mr. X in the Resident Evil 2 remake. And that's to say nothing of Lady D's sisters, who eventually offer mini-boss type fights to remove them. While her imposing height makes her more of an in-your-face type fear, her daughters are more agile and elusive. This makes it terrifyingly different because they have a tendency of sneaking up behind you when you least expect it. I think that, Resident Evil Village is a game that I'm excited for. It's we've honestly been in a good bit of a video game drought. After the colossal letdown, at least for me, of Cyberpunk 2077, which I still have not played through. I think there's enough patches now that maybe it's time to give it a go. But I just haven't. I want my first playthrough to be awesome, and I don't, I've waited years for the game, so it's really not a big deal for me to wait till fall and have like several patches and DLCs in there, because I'm not someone that really replays games. I almost never replay games. In fact, Final Fantasy VII might be the only game I ever completed and replayed. I'm looking at my collection right now. I mean, there were NES games, perhaps, like Friday the 13th, Double Dragon, maybe. Rarely do I complete a game and then replay it. But what I can say is I am excited for the new Resident Evil game, and I'm excited for all of the hilarity of the internet getting mad at games journalists and like just absolutely. I mean, this is the first time Kotaku's trended in like since they had a massive layoff. So I guess good job, Kotaku. The entire internet's laughing at you. I hope you enjoyed this video. We'll talk to you again real soon.